The brother was just too worried about Marty, trying to get an apology for his little bro, but Dad treated him like a soccer ball and took a kick. The brother, furious, left and told Marty he'd explore East Berlin, where life's like heaven, everyone's a superhero. They say everyone there's treated equally, no rich or poor, and unemployment woes are just see you later. Before leaving, the brother handed Marty a letter to open a week later, like it was some kind of time travel delivery. When Dad knew his eldest son fled, he finally chose to turn the tide, entering the church and chanting, "I got this." He asked the priest for operational tips. Dad tried to do well, but always failed. The priest chimed in, saying he'd seen many husbands lately, and most of them returned with a vibe of comsees. They excluded family, trying to act like superheroes, but in reality, they couldn't even admit the embarrassing things they'd gone through. After figuring it out, Dad picked up that old soccer ball and started playing like he'd received a signal for rebirth. Though not playing for years, memories sprang up like Easter eggs. Touching the ball, he was back in his youth. Finally, Dad kicked the ball high like a pro and then pulled off a stunning bicycle kick. Wow, it scored. At that moment, Dad rediscovered his passion, like finding his long-lost soulmate, sharing his legend with Marty while peeling potatoes. The reality is, there exist no knots in genuine family relationships that cannot be untied. When sunlight pours down, family conflicts dissolve just like melting chocolate. Meanwhile, in Switzerland, Lon was in the starting lineup, having scored the game winner against Yugoslavia like a superhero. In the next semi-final, the German team smashed Austria 6-1, charging straight into the World Cup final. But then, the final opponent was Hungary, who beat them 8-3 in the group stage pressure. However, the coach was still pumped, stating confidently in an interview the day before the final. In his view, Hungary was undoubtedly the strongest opponent, boasting the superstar Pusksenses, as if it were a superhero showdown. Plus, they had some super strong players. When it came to skill, the German team was like the little brother. If the final day was sunny, Hungary would win the World Cup. But if it rained, the winner would be up to fate. Rumor has it the latest Adidas sneakers could be Germany's secret weapon in the rain. But the next morning, the sun shone down on everyone like a GMV shining moment, turning what should have been a bright day into a gloomy one for the German players. The subtitles showed that the coach informed everyone and, while mentioning the opponent's lineup, stated that Plan C had been urgently put into action. The carefully devised strategy left the coach rooting for Lon once again, and the teammates all applauded him. We know Hungary's strengths, but they have no idea how strong we really are. The coach's words lit a fire in their spirits. As they set off, rain fell as if a gift from heaven to put on anti-slip shoes. Before the match began, Marty's family pub was buzzing with German fans. It was like a party in full swing. But looking around, there was no sign of Marty and his dad. Where on earth could they be? Last night, Dad woke up dreamer Marty, telling him they were off to Switzerland to cheer for the final. The news was like a refreshing breeze, blowing away Marty's sleepiness. Off they went on the Swiss adventure. But back then, there were no highways, so they had to travel winding little roads, moving like they were on an adventure. Treading through towering peaks, with over 300 kilometers to cover, would they make it in time? Meanwhile, the players were all geared up, marching confidently towards the tunnel of glory, chanting to themselves, "We got this." Both teams were sparkly-eyed with a thirst for victory, ready to defend their country's honor in this grand showdown. Meanwhile, Marty and Dad were still rushing anxiously to the stadium. The German team attacked from the start. Lon transformed into a superhero goalie, skillfully saving a ball as if casting a magic spell. Then, the German team sent the ball over to the opponent's goal, almost scoring the first big hit. But Hungary wasn't about to back down either. During a counterattack, they almost knocked down Germany's door. The tempo of the game was so quick it was breathtaking, and Germany made a mistake, handing their opponents a scoring chance. The opponent dashed into the box, catching Germany's defenders totally off guard. They ended up conceding the first goal completely. Disappointment washed over the fans like a tidal wave, but the team spirit didn't diminish, they just turned up the heat. Unfortunately, Lon's shot got snagged by the opposing goalie like some romantic movie's leading man, no equalizer this time. Following that, Hungary quickly counter-attacked. Though Germany managed to boot the ball away, their teamwork led to frustrating mistakes. Hungary easily scored, extending their lead to 2-0, leaving the German coach shaking his head, truly heartbroken. The players on the court lost morale, feeling down, and Marty sounded dejected on the radio. Inside the arena, German fans lost the energy to keep watching. Trailing by 2 goals made a comeback seem as distant as a dream. However, the fans didn't give up. They sang together like they were at a concert, giving the German players a solid shot of encouragement. Players regrouped, determined to give their all, but then Hungary snatched the ball right away. Thankfully, the German defenders quickly tackled the situation, thwarting the enemy's attack and finally taking charge. Subtitles: the ball reached Lon, who instantly sent it to the box. German players charged in to score, reviving fans' hope. At that moment, the German team's morale skyrocketed like a rocket, and the players let everything go, giving it their all. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to hit subscribe for more exciting stories ahead.